Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we are diving deep into one of the biggest hurdles in advanced Spanish grammar, tense correlation in the subjunctive. You know, this is that classic C1 level challenge, where it's not enough to know when to use the subjunctive, you have to know which one. Have you ever been here, staring at a sentence like this, completely frozen? This right here is the subjunctive time trap. The main verb is in the past, and it feels like all the rules you learned just went out the window. Well, today we're going to hand you the map to escape it for good. So here's our game plan. We're going to start by really nailing down the problem, and then I'll reveal the one core principle that unlocks everything. From there, we'll explore the two worlds of tense, look at some tricky examples, and finally, I'll give you a complete map that puts it all together. Okay, so let's get right into it. At this C1 level, everything is about nuance, right? The real struggle isn't just remembering to use the subjunctive. It's knowing which subjunctive tense to pick, and it gets especially tricky when that main verb is sitting in the past. But here's the good news. The solution isn't a bunch of random rules. It actually all boils down to one single, really powerful idea, what I call the anchor verb principle. Now, it has a fancy Latin name, consecutio temporum, which just means sequence of tenses. But all you need to know is this. The main verb in your sentence acts like an anchor. The tense of that anchor verb determines every single choice you can make in the subjunctive clause that follows. It's all connected. So the most important thing you have to do is figure out which of two worlds your anchor verb lives in. Is it in the present sphere, connected to right now, or is it in the past sphere, talking about a time before now? That one decision changes everything.
First up, let's explore the world you're probably already pretty comfortable with, the present sphere. If you're at a B2 level or higher, you've likely mastered this without even realizing it had a name.
It's pretty straightforward. If your anchor verb is in the present tense or the future, you are basically locked into two choices. You either use the present subjunctive for things happening now or later, or you use the perfect subjunctive for things that are already done. Let's look at how this works. In no creo que Arturo haya venido, the not believing is happening now, but the action of Arturo having come happened before now. Same with avísame cuando hayas acabado. The finishing has to happen before the letting me know. See? It's all about expressing that time relationship. Okay, you ready? Now we're entering the past sphere. This is where things get interesting, and this is usually where that time trap springs on unsuspecting learners. So once your anchor verb is in any past tense, the preterite, imperfect, doesn't matter, or even the conditional, your options change completely. The present sphere is totally off limits. Your only choices now are the imperfect subjunctive or the pluperfect subjunctive. But here's the really cool part. The logic is exactly the same as in the present sphere. You use the imperfect subjunctive for actions that happen at the same time as or after your past anchor, and you use the pluperfect subjunctive for actions that were already finished before that past anchor. See? It's a perfect system.
Now, let's push this a little further and see how this system handles some even more advanced structures, especially when we start playing with the conditional.
A sentence like this, with the conditional perfect, can feel really intimidating. Me habría gustado que me llamara. It's a classic case of an unfulfilled wish. But guess what? It follows the exact same logic. Let's break it down.
And look how beautifully our system works. Step 1, find the anchor. It's habría gustado. Step 2, what sphere is it in? Well, the conditional perfect is firmly in the past sphere. So, step 3, what are our options? For an action that didn't happen, we need the imperfect subjunctive, llamada. The system just works, every time. So, what this all comes down to is that this isn't just about memorizing grammar rules for a test. This is a super sophisticated tool. It lets you paint a precise picture of when things happened in relation to each other, from a very specific point of view in time.
All right, let's put all the pieces together and look at the big picture.
And there it is, the full correspondence chart. This is your master map. On the left, you've got your anchor verbs in the main clause. And on the right, you see exactly which subjunctive tenses they force you to use. It's all right here. So what probably once seemed like a totally confusing and random set of rules is now, hopefully, a clear, predictable system. It's not random at all. It's just two spheres of influence, the present and the past. Once you know which world your anchor verb is in, you instantly know your options. So, to wrap this all up, let's try one more, a final challenge. Me sorprendió que él. Think about it. Our anchor verb is sorprendió, preterite. That throws us squarely into the past sphere. So, what's our only real option? It has to be C, supiera. After all this, the system itself isn't so surprising anymore, is it?